live here in Arua City. This is your number one online leading television found in Arua City. It is our mandate as Sunrise Television to bring you stories about all the kind of businesses that people do across Uganda in Arua City. Even we go beyond, so that you know what kind of business people do and factors that may perhaps make them to progress or that make them not to progress. And this very evening, I'm going to take you through one of the entertaining or leading businesses that is mobile money business in Uganda. And it is something that may sound a little bit new or an old thing to a very few people or many, but what it means, what does it take to do this business? A mobile money business is what we call an electronic way of transacting or making an individual to store, to save, or to withdraw money or to send it to any other person. And this is always provided in Uganda by two leading telecom companies, that is MTN Uganda and Airtel Uganda. And these companies do offer a variety of services, one of which is what we call mobile money service, based on what name they give. But what we're looking at is what we call mobile money services in Uganda. And it is a pleasure for me to be with you, and you can keep on checking us on our Facebook, check us on our Twitter, check us on our Instagram, check us on our YouTube, and you can also check us on the WhatsApp channel so that we find out more on the businesses in Uganda. As I mentioned earlier, we're looking at a mobile money business. What are some of the common companies that offer mobile money services in Uganda? One of which is MTN Uganda. It is a leading company with a number of 14.7 million subscribers that are making use of this mobile money services, as well as Airtel that has now the greatest number, that is around 17.4 million subscribers across the country, based on the research carried by Makerere University that has been submitted to Uganda Communication Services, or Commission, that monitors all the activities of these telecom companies. Now, what is that unique that this companies are offering? Let's talk about MTN. MTN has got a variety of services, one of which is some of guys on end of loans. Then we have smart phones that are offered by these telecom companies, basically MTN, and then more Pesa, more Send, extra cars, and Zeno. These are some of the services that are still offered by MTN Uganda, as well as Airtel. Airtel also do have quarter SIM and Yakaso loans that they do offer to people in Uganda. Now, one thing that people always fail to understand is that it creates what we call peer-to-peer transfers, meaning that I can send money of mobile money services in Uganda, which these telecom companies came up with, to easy transfer of money from one person to another. And then as far as the bill and the merchandise payments are concerned, you'll find these days things like URA, school fees, things to do with let's say electricity bills, even let's talk of water bills. All these are paid by, and of recent these companies also introduce merchandise codes, whereby people pay a lot of goods using the codes which they have given to the service providers or the agents, which are various places in across Uganda. And it also helps in cash and cash out, meaning that it converts the physical money into digital. People used to carry money in pockets, traveling to Kampala, using all the those old bus companies which used to provide services to people. You'll find someone carrying money in a bag, and this money could easily be taken up by unscrupulous people on the way from Arua to Kampala. But now, converting a physical cash or money into digital has minimized such kind of things. That's why we say mobile money is one of the key issues that we should look at, and we should not undermine such services. And then financial services, it makes individuals to access micro savings and short-term loans. As I mentioned earlier on, people have nowadays what we call more cash advance. People have what we call cash loans which you get from these services, telecom companies, where they have partnered with some banks, especially I see people get now PAL bank loans through MTN, which is one good thing. So we pray these services should progress and move further. Amid all these good things that they are offering or we're getting through mobile money business in Uganda or across the country, we also have some of the challenges that hinder this business. One of which is what we call fraud and crime, cyber crime, which involves scammers, phishing, and the physical or identity theft. You'll find it has been a rampant thing in Arua City. Guys move to these mobile money agents who operate in kiosks or under umbrellas. They will play some tricks or some kind of unscrupulous things which make our agents to lose a lot of monies to them, what we call fraudsters or cyber crime practitioners, which is not a good, and it is affecting the business so much. And one other factor also is that high transaction and tax costs that involve sending and withdrawal. You'll find also these telecom companies have really levied a lot of taxes, both the telecom company and the government, because you'll find that if you're withdrawing 1 million, you may end up losing around 9,000 to perhaps 11,000 Ghana shillings as taxes. It has also some challenges, but this is all about taxes that we need also to pay to develop our country. And another challenge we also have is that network is not also stable, notably in rural settings. I experienced this when I went to one of the areas in Maracha. I wanted to withdraw some money. I really faced it so stiff, but we pray the telecom companies improve together with Uganda Communication Commission to see that these services flow smoothly to the users as expected. And then consumer protection issues, because people are now fond of fraudulently obtaining money from such kind of people. It has really affected the women and the elderly in our community. So we need to come up with some strategies to improve on this protection of consumers or customers, so that we move on safely. Then digital and language literacy, which is whereby some heavy words are used, and it has also greatly affected the elderly. So let's move away from that, so that the business grows and moves as expected. So those are some of the things that we need to see. And regulatory and the political interference, notably whereby you need to have what we call key issue, KIC, meaning that you know your customer, which is a mandatory by the telecom companies. And the interference comes when some of the politicians or government come with some policies whereby the country may have internet shut down, which has been experienced in Uganda and other countries. So it interferes or it hinders the business of mobile money in Uganda and across. So therefore, we need to have such kind of things being improved on. And I also went ahead consulting some people. What best can we do to avert these challenges, so that we create a smooth running of mobile money business in Uganda? As you keep watching, or as you'll be watching it later on, this is your number one online television, satellite television, with me, Alfred Raul Engamble, with Business Insight, whereby we're talking about mobile money business in Uganda. And keep following us on our various social media handles, so that you don't miss any single information that comes from satellite television, which is the number one television online in Arua City. And let's now move into what we call the strategies, or what can we do in order to make this business to run smoothly. One of the key things that we should avert is that cybercrime and fraud be eliminated through the usage of what we call personal identification number, which people always call PIN number. That is personal identification number. Of course, you need to create your own, maybe the year you were born, or the date and the month of when you were born. So make your personal identification number very, very strong, so that the fraudsters can't access your money from your telephone or mobile money. Please, let's do that. And addressing high transaction costs, this is to be done by the service providers and the government of the Republic of Uganda, because there is what we call 0.5% levied on each transaction you do. Any withdrawal, be to 2,000, 10,000, and to mention, you'll be charged 0.5% on that. So the government of Uganda perhaps waves it off or reduces to maybe 0.2. It's my suggestion, and if based on the research or consultations that I did, as far as the strategies that can make the business of mobile money to grow in Uganda is concerned. And then urgent rebalancing by the service providers or the telecom companies, MTN and Airtel. You find somewhere recently there were also some conditions laid by these telecom companies that any person who is to send money should be also should be asked some money again. Then the withdrawal charge comes in. So some these are things which make the business not to grow as fast as we expect in this very country. And also strict regulatory and consumer protection policies to be in place, because I as an individual, my money should be protected. How should it be protected? By use of what we call the personal identification number. And then the telecom company should involve itself in what we call know your customer until I unsubscribe from the services of these telecom companies. So we need to strategize such kind of things. Then enhancing the system downtime and the connectivity, as we had looked at internet or network issues, which I said it affected me some time back. The system has to be improved so greatly so that the system moves, people withdraw, people send, so that people enjoy the services that are provided by these telecom companies in Uganda. My dear viewer, wherever you are watching us, and to summarize this, a business is a business. Where do you get the tips? You get them from satellite television with Raul Alfred and every single afternoon. Bye-bye. Okay.